What is up, my fellow creatures of the night? It's your boy, Nyte Lyfe, your resident revenant VTuber reborn again, and we are here tonight with some Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. Eh, apologies for being gone for an extra week. Immediately after doing my return Fallout New Vegas stream, I caught a cold and wasn't terrible, but it, yeah, made it so that something like talking for hours on end during a stream was not going to be possible. Still getting over it a little bit, but hopefully, other than occasional pauses to like cough or whatever, I shouldn't be in too bad a place. Anyway, the last time that I streamed Master Duel, there was yeah, I talked about the fact that there were new Gouki cards that had been released but hadn't been added to Master Duel. And then, immediately after, they added those cards to Master Duel, which is the second time that that's happened to me. I genuinely think Konami might be watching my streams to decide what cards to add to Master Duel, because last year when I talked about how the Gladiator Beasts weren't fully up to date, they added those the next week. And for anyone who might not be aware, the Gouki archetype is an archetype of professional wrestling based cards. The main deck monsters largely have names based on wrestling moves. You can see one of the ones that I'm aiming for is Gouki Machine Suplex, which is named after Suplex, pretty basic wrestling move. But they've also got ones like Gouki Moonsault. And then they do have some of their support main deck cards are named after concepts like Tag Partner and Ring Trainer. But regardless, it is an archetype heavily based on pro wrestling, and a lot of their extra deck monsters are based off of famous Japanese pro wrestlers. Again, you can see in the corner there, one of my gold cards, one of the ones is Gouki Sheik Ogre, which is based on the Sheik. Not the Iron Sheik, just the Sheik. Who I think was Sabu's uncle. Anyway, and there's also ones like, I think it's Gouki the Great Ogre is based on the Great Sasuke. I've never been clear how to pronounce his name. This might reveal some of my blind spots for the history of Japanese pro wrestling. But yes, a lot of their extra deck monsters are based on legends of Japanese pro wrestling. So it is an archetype that I feel like I am legally obligated to at least build a deck around and like collect them. I am pretty sure that even with these updated cards, they're nowhere close to meta. They might not even be a rogue option, but I'll see what I can do. I don't know if I'm going to be testing them tonight. We'll see based on how quickly I can get the cards tonight as to whether I'm going to test them here or if I'm going to just do that, build the deck and test them off stream. My goal tonight is just to get one copy of each of the cards. I'm sure I will need multiple copies in order to like make the deck functional, but we'll worry about that in the future. Also, the Gouki Game Face card does, and I think it's Dragon Ogre. Actually, it might be Dragon Ogre and Tyrant Ogre. Some of the newer Gouki cards also introduce synergy between the Gouki archetype and the Dino Wrestler archetype, which is cool. Except for that the Dino Wrestler archetype is terrible, except for Dino Wrestler Pankratops, which is so good that it is included in decks that have nothing to do with dinosaurs at all. I talked briefly about Dino Wrestlers the last time, and how I am very sad that they're not good, because they are dinosaur professional wrestlers, and I would love to run that deck. But anyway, that's enough just sort of vamping and stuff. I have enough... I already have enough crystals here to collect... Yeah, to open up this special pack that comes with the new... just a second. Okay. That is capturing the cursor. I just don't see it on the screen. Alright. That's fine. But yes, I do have enough crystals to get this special pack that comes with 10 packs of Drastic Storm, which is a pack that includes the new Gouki cards. So, let's see if I can just get lucky and get any of them right off the bat. Ooh, got a lot of glowing packs at least. I also do need a few more copies of some of the regular Gouki cards. Once per turn, you can target 3 quick play spells in your graveyard, including a Radiant Typhoon card. Shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. All wind monsters you control gain 300 attack defense for this turn. Per chain, when a mystical Typhoon is activated, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effect. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know much about this. Gouki Iron Claw, alright. That's a cool one. Iron Claw is a useful one, because it's, it's a hand trap. Until the end of the turn, your monster gains 500 attack, and it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. So, not crazy, but it's nice. Eriquis, the Shining Mars Saint. If you control a face of card in your spell trap card zone, special summon this card from your hand. Alright, cool. One face-up spell trap you can... you can target 1 face-up spell or trap you control, destroy both it and this card, then draw 1 card. Huh. Alright, interesting. Gouki Scorpio. Yeah, this is one of those cards that was really good, but has aged out of its main usefulness. Because it's a level 5 monster with high attack that can be summoned without tributing if you control no monsters, or all the monsters you control are Gouki monsters. But it's a normal summon, not a special summon. It's a nice one, but yeah, it's kind of aged out of its main usefulness. If this card is destroyed by the effect of Mystical Space Typhoon, you can set this card. Activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 level 6 or lower Radiant Typhoon monster from your graveyard. Add 1 Mystical Space Typhoon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Oh, and Gouki Heal Ogre. Yeah, when a monster discard points to activate its effect, you can negate the activation. Yeah, that one's okay. It's never been great. Although then again, I was not playing during the peak of Gouki's popularity. As I understand, they were at one point a meta threat. Gouki Suprex. This one's a really important card to the base strategy, and it's, got an evolution with Machine Suprex. Because, yeah, normal summon it, and you can special summon 1 Gouki monster from your hand. And also you see, the secondary effect, that is the main gimmick of the Gouki archetype. Is whenever one of them is sent from the field to the graveyard, you add 1 Gouki card from your deck to your hand, except a copy of the card that was destroyed. Which is just nice. They replace themselves super easy, makes it really easy to get whatever Gouki cards you need at whatever given time, especially because they're a Link monster archetype, so the whole point is to get them on the field and then send them to the graveyard for Link summonings. Tribute 1 Assault Mode monster. Each player takes damage equal to its level times 200. Archmage Peripeptia Turmoil. Radiant Typhoon Manifestation. This card is destroyed by the effect of Mystical Space Typhoon. You can set this card. Activate one of these effects. Send 1 Radiant Typhoon monster from your deck to the graveyard. Add 1 Mystical Space Typhoon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Okay, and this is Radiant Typhoon Chant. This card is destroyed by Mystical Space Typhoon. Activate one of these effects. Add 1 level 4 or lower Radiant Typhoon monster from your deck to your hand. Add 1 Mystical Space Typhoon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Okay, yeah, so it's all about recycling. Missile Space Typhoon. Night-Winged Cleric. This card is special summon. You can set one Assault Mode activate from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And it can be activated this turn. Okay, so that's an Assault Mode support. Junk Warrior Assault Mode. Okay. Gouki Tag Partner was one that I was referencing. So yeah, this is one of the support Gouki main deck cards, so it doesn't recycle it doesn't replace itself when sent to the graveyard. It does when it's used for a link summon. It does give that card an extra 1,000 attack, which is not bad. But the bigger thing is that if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it to target one Gouki spell in your graveyard and shuffle it into your deck, which you can then get into your hand by sending a Gouki monster from the field to the graveyard. Goukis only have like 3 or 4 spell cards. Might be 5 now. And pretty much the one you really care about. I guess there's 2 that you really care about. Well, 3 now because of Game Face, but... oh, you can treat this as a non-tuner. But, yeah, because... I guess Gouki Cage Match was a useful one. Ooh, shiny Gouki Secrets. Yeah, because I guess, like, Gouki Cage Match is a useful one. Gouki Face Turn can be useful, but it's a little more niche. It does send one of your Goukis from the field to the graveyard. Hyper Psychic Blaster. Yeah, nope. Alright. Radiant Typhoon Crocet. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while your opponent controls no spells or traps. Okay, interesting. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If a quick play spell card is activated, except a damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Alright, nice. This card is normal special summon. You can add 1 Radiant Typhoon card or 1 Mystical Space Typhoon from your deck. Wait, and or? Oh. And our graveyard to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except 1 monsters. But yeah, because Gouki have the field spell Gouki Cage Match, where you place 3 counters on it after every time that a Gouki monster destroys one of your opponent's monsters in battle. 2 copies of Gouki Guts. Nice. Wow. 3 copies of Fire Formation Tensu in the same pack. Nice. And 2 copies of Gouki Guts. Each time one of your Gouki monsters destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you take one of the counters off. If it has 0 counters at the end of your battle phase, you can summon as many Gouki monsters with unique names from your deck to the field as possible, so you can just flood the field instantly with that effect. But the Gouki spell card that is really important is Gouki Rematch, where you can take any 2 Gouki monsters with different levels in your graveyard and summon them to the field in defense mode, which is just a great recycling effect. Gouki Guts is an interesting one, because you can just permanently make all Gouki monsters on the field gain 200 attack, which combos well with one of their extra deck monsters. I think it's Gouki Giant Ogre, but I might be mixing up the names, because one of them has an effect based on it having an attack that is different from its original attack, where it can gain 1,000 attack where for the remainder of the turn it can gain 1,000 attack at any time as a quick effect. And then it also, if it or any card it points to is targeted, it can, by an effect, it can lose 500 attack and then negate that effect. But yeah, also can't be destroyed if it's in defense position, can't be destroyed by battle, which, again, one of those, was alright at the time, not really doing much now. If a quick play spell card is activated, you can special summon this card from your hand. When your opponent activates a monster effect and you have Mystical Space Typhoon in your graveyard, you can negate that effect. Then if you have 2 or more Mystical Space Typhoons in the graveyard, you can destroy that monster. Okay, I do like the Radiant Typhoon archetype. I hadn't really looked at their cards. If Mystical Space Typhoon is activated while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. Yeah, I hadn't really looked at any of the Radiant Typhoon cards. I know I had seen like a meme saying, hey, Mystical Space Typhoon negates now. Doom Kaiser Dragon. Okay, it requires Blade Spreader Zombie, which isn't the worst, but still requiring specific tuner. Target 1 zombie monster from your opponent's graveyard. Special summon that target to your field in attack position. Destroy it when this card leaves the field. Alright. Windrose the Elemental Lord. Having exactly 5 wind monsters in your graveyard. Destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. Having exactly 5 in the graveyard might be a little tough, but I'm sure it could be done pretty easily. Pretty easy with the right setup. Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. Yeah, I definitely was not around for Assault Mode, but it doesn't seem like it's that good. Especially because the Assault Mode monsters are in your, like, our main deck monsters. That's just taking up space. Gouki Octostretch. Yeah, this one's like an okay one, but yeah, not that good. Kind of just filler. Because it's just a hand trap. You have the damage that you take from, from one effect or battle. A spell, trap, or monster effect is activated while you control an assault mode monster, negate the activation. I like that the slash assault mode is like that the slash has to be included. Okay. I've already seen that. Ooh, special shiny red dragon archfiend assault mode. That's Gouki Headbat. This one's fun. Discard a Gouki monster from your hand, and then you can summon this in defense mode, as long as you have a Gouki monster on the field that you can target for it to gain 800 attack. Again, just another useful way to flood the field, and that 800 attack's not bad. Let's see. That. Assault Sentinel. Doom Z Destruction. Cards cannot be added from the main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing them. Oh. I don't know anything about Doom Z. And Dual Evolution Assault Zone. You can add 1 monster that mentions Assault Mode activate from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Assault Mode monsters can't be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect the turn they are special summoned. The Synchro monster you would tribute to activate Assault Mode can be chosen from your extra deck instead. Ooh, okay. Alright. Cool. A way to cheat it out. Like skip one of the steps. 2,000 life point cost. Not the worst. Not great, but not the worst. Ooh, Gouki Twist-a-Cobra. That one's... Again, it's another one of those that's just like, I don't even know what to think about Gouki Twist-a-Cobra. It's just like, you can tribute it from the field, and then... Or you can tribute 1 Gouki monster, and then another Gouki monster gains attack equal to the original attack attributed monster until the end of the turn. It's... I mean, it activates one of your Gouki discard effects, and, like, can be useful, but it's so specific. Oh, okay, here's a Doom Z. Cannot special summon from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. You can target one other effect monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Doom Z Xyz monster or Jupiter the Power Patron of Destruction with the same rank as the level of that monster you control by using that monster as material. Okay. So it's a way to get an Xyz monster out there with only one material. Here we go, Gouki the Tyrant Ogre. And yeah, like I said, this one creates a bit of a this one does create a bit of a bridge. Let me go ahead and mark that one off. Yes. Yeah, this one does create a bit of a bridge between the Gouki and like Dino Wrestler and G Golem archetypes. Which I think G Golem is only really linked in there because the same character in the anime used them, but I can see why Dino Wrestlers and Gouki are added, because they're both pro wrestling based archetypes. Yes. If this card battles, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, which is a nice effect. It's preferable. One of the Gladiator Beast Link monsters has that effect for all Gladiator Beasts on the field, so that's better, but it's still not bad. And if this card is fusion summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the total link rating of Gouki monsters used as this card's material, and if you used a link 3 or higher monster, neither player can activate those targeted cards or their effects in response to this effect's activation. So, you know, it can be a pretty serious board clear if you got the right setup for it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Alright, so there's my first of them. So that's good. And it's the ultra rare. The other ones are super rare, which, you know, still a bit tough, but supposedly not as bad. Kurzeb's the Galled Glutton? I don't know how to pronounce that. 2+ level 7 monsters. Gives 700 attack for each material equipped to it. It has a base 700 attack. Great. Once per chain, when a normal or quick play spell is activated, you can attach that card on the field to this card face up, and if you do, this card is unaffected by that activated card. Only works for normal or quick play spells, but that is a useful effect. During the end phase, you can set one spell card that is attached to this card. I mean, it's a level 7 Xyz, so, like, I don't have any strategies that can use it, but I know there are level 7 strategies. And Radiant Typhoon Eldem. If you have Mystical Space Typhoon in your graveyard, or your opponent controls no spells traps, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card is normal special summon. You can add one Radiant Typhoon monster or one Mystical Space Typhoon from your deck to your hand. Yeah, Radiant Typhoon seems pretty fun. Alright, last pack for this one. Gouki face turn, Summon Storm. Radiant Typhoon Varoon. Varuroon? The Marine Eidolon? I don't know. 2 Radiant Typhoon monsters. Add one Mystical Space Typhoon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. It's so interesting that Mystical Space Typhoon got an entire archetype. You can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including one Radiant Typhoon monster you control. Place them face up in their owner's spell and trap zones as continuous spells. That's a nice bit of negate. I've been using Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon in my Blue Eyes deck, and it has a similar effect to that. And it's a nice effect because, like, fewer cards are immune to that because it's not a destruction effect. It is still targeting, and I mean it is still a card effect, so anything that's just immune to card effects. If a quick play spell card is activated, you can place one Radiant Typhoon continuous trap from your deck or graveyard face up on your field. Assault counter. Gouki the Solid Ogre. Yeah. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects while it points to a Gouki monster. And it can pull a Gouki monster into its own points too. Which again, is nice. Radiant Typhoon Chant, I think I've, yes, already seen that one. And last card. Hell yeah, Gouki Machine Suplex. This was especially one I was hoping for, because this one's big. It's an evolution of Gouki Suplex. You can reveal this card and one Gouki monster in your hand. Special summon both monsters, but for each one, as long as it remains face up on your monster zone, you cannot special summon except Gouki monsters. Which is not... I find it funny that that is like a common add-on effect to a lot of cards, where it's like you can't special summon for the rest of the turn except for whatever, and it's just whatever the archetype already wants to do. I know that it like exists for a reason. I think it's like to prevent it from accidentally giving something completely different a huge boost. But I always just find it kind of funny that that clause is in so many different cards. Yeah, this card is sent from your field to the graveyard. You can add one Gouki card from your deck to your hand. So yeah, that one just makes it even easier to flood the field with Gouki monsters by letting you special summon 2 right off the bat. And then get all this stuff. Alright. So that is 2 of them. Alright. Right off the bat, we got 2 of them out. Yeah, we got 2 of them collected. Nice. Let's see. 3 strike success. I don't know why I felt like I needed to do that. Okay, I do have enough for another pack of 10. Let's see. 3 strike success is also like... Yeah, it's built on Goukis and Dino Wrestlers. I do have at least one of every Dino Wrestler that exists right now. Does this one have the new Gouki cards in it? And is it a better idea for me to go with this? It includes a lot of stuff. Actually, let me specifically grab the super rares. That's... It also includes Gladiator Beasts. That's fun. Let's see. Yeah, did the new ones get added to these? I thought they did, but checking to make sure. And also, are my odds better? Because there are a lot of cards in this pack. Oh, okay, this does have the G-Golem cards as well. Or at least G-Golem Crystal Heart, which is... might be nice to have. Does this have... It does have Gouki Shiko, so it does have the new ones. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open up 10 packs of these, and then... Well, then we can see what happens. We can see if we get any of the other Gouki cards I'm looking for. Alright. Gear G Arsenal? Oh, Gear Gia. Got it. Drag Unity, Quisarme, Brow, Huntsman of Dark World, Ogdoadic Hollow, some Dino Wrestlers. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so it is a like free, easy one. While you control a Link 3 or higher Dino Wrestler monster face-up monsters you control are unaffected by the activated effects for your opponent's Link 3 or lower monsters. I'm gonna have to look up the ruling on this. Does it only care about Link monsters? Or is it like any monsters, or does it negate the effects of anything that isn't a Link monster? I'm gonna guess it only cares about Link monsters. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target one monster you control, send it to the graveyard. That's really interesting, because on the one hand, it's still targeting, so anything that can't be targeted doesn't care, but It is sending it to the graveyard rather than destroying it, which is different and still a ruling that really annoys me. But anyway, sending something to the graveyard will still take out something that can't be destroyed by card effects. Link monster uses material. Yeah. Alright. Dino Wrestler Cystegosaur. Add one Dino Wrestler or one World Dino Wrestling from your deck to your hand if it's special summoned. That is such a conditional effect. During your end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, and your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target one Dino Wrestler in your graveyard except Dino Wrestler Cystegosaur, special summon it. That is such a specific conditional. Oh, second copy of Gouki Machine Suprex. I mean, it's not a new card, but I am all about getting a second copy of this because I definitely want 3 of this one. Is that... Nope. I did not meant to hit close. I have to resize that. There we go. Yep. Alright. It's not a new card, but I'm not opposed to getting extra copies of Machine Suprex because that one's really important. UFO Light, Mitsurugi, Sacred Boundaries, Tsukuyomi, Apparition, Heel Ogre, Dino Wrestler Eskrima Menchi? If you control a Dino Wrestler monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Alright. Not bad. If your opponent special summons a monster during your turn, while this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 4 lower Dino Wrestler monster in your graveyard and special summon it. I then add this card to it. I doubt I'm going to be using any level 4 or lower Dino Wrestler monsters. I'm probably only going to be using their extra, like, I might be using their extra deck monsters because it's just wasted, because Game Face lets you cheat them out. Old Entity Hastor. That's another archetype that I am intrigued by. It's like the old/outer entity cards. This card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card from your graveyard to that monster. That monster cannot attack. Also, its effects are negated. If this card leaves the field while equipped to an opponent's monster, take control of that monster. That's fun. It's a level 4 synchro. 2 Dark Dragon monsters. Martial Enga. During damage calculations, when your Dino Wrestler monster battles a monster with an equal or higher attack, your battling monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also end the battle phase after the damage step is not a bad effect. Like, protecting your monster from battle destruction is solid, but the more important part is just being able to end the battle phase right there. That can be huge. It's extremely situational, but that can be huge. If this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate this effect this turn, and your opponent controls monsters than you do, you can special summon this card. So specific. Ooh, another Machine Suprex. Awesome. 3 copies is exactly what I was looking for. Ice Beast Zero Fine. 2 level 4 Winged Beast type monsters. You can attach 1 Xyz material from this card, negate the effect of as many face-up cards your opponent currently controls as possible. As many face-up cards. Okay, so not just monsters. That was something I had been, that was something I had actually kind of been tricked about on one of the Blue Eyes Xyz monsters, Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. It negates the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently has, not just monsters. so it also negates the effects of continuous spell and trap cards and field spells. And if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field, except this card. These changes last until your next standby phase. That's not bad. 2 level 4 wing beast monsters. I'll have to look into that. Looking if there's anywhere I could put that. That's not bad. I don't think anything I currently run would suit it, but I might try might try to build up on this mystical space Typhoon archetype. Yosen Whirlwind. Red Eye's Black Meteor Dragon. Send 1 level 5 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, then increase its level by 1. Increase its level by 1, alright. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add 1 Red Eye's Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Yeah, alright. Nice little Red Eye support. Yagu Ramaru the Armored Ninja. Alright. Worm Warlord, Gouki Solid Ogre, World Dino Wrestling. Each player can attack with only 1 monster during each battle phase, which is a weird conditional for the Dino Wrestlers. If your Dino Wrestler monster attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 200 attack during damage calculation only. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can banish this card from the graveyard, special summon 1 Dino Wrestler from your deck. Alright. Stellar Knight Beetlejuice. Dispatch Parazi? To affect monsters. When another monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can change the attack target to this card and perform damage calculations. When this card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster. And if you do, gain life points equal to half that monster's original attack. Alright, not bad. Morphtronic Warden, Evil Twin, Dino Wrestler, Rambrachio. When a Dino Wrestler monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon this card from your hand, in defense position. Your opponent cannot target other Dino Wrestler monsters you control with card effects. Ooh, Gouki Bear Hug. It's a fun one. Yeah, this one, once again, super situational effect, can be really useful, not very good in Modern, though. Because just, if it's special summoned by a Gouki card or normal summoned, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and its attack becomes half its original attack. Which is, yeah, like, not bad. Having a monster's attack can be pretty dang useful, but, yeah, extremely situational most of the time. So, Crystron Cluster. This card is sent from the monster cards onto the graveyard. Okay. Let's try and remember what Violence did. Infernoid Sightseemus. Can't be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by banishing 2 Infernoid monsters from your hand or graveyard. While the total levels and ranks of all effect monsters you control are 8 or lower. Huh. Banish 1 card off the field. Alright. Banishing something from the opponent's graveyard. Scorpio. Another Machine Suprex. Alright, well, but see, having an extra one, having 4 of them is okay, because then I can disassemble it to get points. Yeah, I can disassemble it to get the gems to create one of the other super rares. Oh my god, Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. Oh man, I think I actually had a copy of this card from the movie. Like, when the Yu-Gi-Oh Pyramid of Light movie was released in theaters, you actually got a special pack. Of them for with the ticket. I think they only had one card each, but Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, I want to say, was the card that I got from it. Because I made my dad take me and my friend to that movie. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by tributing one Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Gains 300 attack for each dragon monster in the graveyard. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card, you can negate that effect. This was like one of the earliest monsters that had had an effect to negate other effects. Tyrant Dino Fusion. Okay, it has to specifically fusion summon one Dino Wrestler monster. Huh? Gouki the Great Ogre. Oh yeah, this one is a really fun staple for the Gouki archetype because all monsters on the field lose an attack equal to their original defense. All Gouki monsters and Dino Wrestler monsters are either link monsters or have 0 defense anyway. So it just weakens everything. And if this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one of the monsters this card's point to instead, which can be nice. But yes. Also, fun fact about Blue Eyes Shining Dragon is that in America it was unplayable for like years after it released because Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon had not been released. Dino Wrestler Iguano Draka. You can discard one other dinosaur monster. Special summon this card from your hand. Tribute one dinosaur monster, then target one Dino Wrestler monster in your graveyard with a different original name. Special summon in defense position. That's alright. Okay, and Apple of Enlightenment. Mecha Phantom Beast Blue Impala. Heal Ogre. Draka. Dino Wrestler Giga Spinosavat. One dinosaur tuner plus one non-tuner monster. If this card battles, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. Which again, nice. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attack except this one. You can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Oh, once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. That's always good. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one card you control instead. Not just any one card, so you could, sacrifice like a spell or trap. Or, if you're combining it with Gouki, you can send a Gouki monster to the graveyard and just replace it with something else. Gladiator Beast. Nice to see you. Gouki Ironclaw. Dino Wrestler King T. Rexel. This card battles, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Start your opponent's battle phase, you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls. This battle phase, your opponent cannot attack with other monsters until that one has. And if it does not declare an attack, destroy it in the battle. Huh. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this one's pretty interesting. And Gouki Power Load Ogre. Not one of the ones I'm looking for, but it's a good one, because, this Link Summon card is unaffected by other cards' effects, is always just good. Plus gains attack equal to the combined Link rating of all other Link monsters you control times 200. Also, this one's a generic, because it only requires warrior monsters, it doesn't specifically require Gouki monsters. And, yeah, no, this one's a really good one, because, it also has the destruction effect. Tribute one Gouki Link monster, target cards on the field up to its Link rating and destroy them. Okay, so that doesn't get me that far, though. That did not give me any new cards, but it did give me 3 copies of Machine Super X. What? Drastic Storm. Cards included in this pack. Yeah, I should definitely just go back to Drastic Storm for this, since it has significantly fewer cards to choose from. Could also use more I think I only have 2 copies of Gouki Rematch, so I could also use another copy of that. Okay, let me see, where am I at? Because I've got 700 gems. I think my only remaining mission for today is activating another trap card. But where am I in a rank duel? Because I think, okay, 100, 100, 100. Oh! I think I could probably do a couple rank duels and get... Yeah, I think I could probably do a couple rank duels, get some gems, and... Because if I can push that to 1,000, I can get 10 packs at once, which I think is supposed to guarantee higher rarity cards. I don't know. I'll do a couple of rank duels anyway, especially because the other thing is this one has longer time. I mean, I guess I don't have a time limit on getting the Gouki cards, but especially because this current gold duel pass at level 75 gives you a Dino Wrestler Pankratops mate. I am definitely going to want to do that. So I'm gonna do like a couple of, I'm just gonna do a couple of rank duels and see if I can build up enough gems to get myself above 1,000 and get 10 packs at once. If I go through like 2 or 3 duels and that doesn't happen, I'll just buy a bunch of individual packs, whatever. It'll be fine, but I'll try for that. Okay. Alright. This is okay. What is this? Oh, Crimson Resonator. Right. I need to change the dual field I've got. Like, this one's fun, but I don't know. Just doesn't feel like it matches my vibe that well. Oh, yeah. Droll and Lockbird. I saved a replay of it, so it might be... I might show it at some point. I might show it later, or I might just record it without commentary, but I did have a duel while I was offline where I just drew like 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons and nothing that allowed me to summon them while going first, but I actually managed to come back from that. Because that is, as always, the inherent risk of a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, or any of the early Legacy archetypes, like Red Eyes and... At least I think Red Eyes. Like, Dark Magician has the same fault, where they require you to play 3 copies of these high-level normal monsters, which inherently... See if I can get to... Because one of the other things I discovered while doing some offline stuff, activating True Light via Maiden of White's effect does not count as activating a trap card for the purpose of the challenge. So I'll have to see if I can... So we'll have to see if I can actually get a chance to activate a trap card somewhere in here to get that challenge cleared. Okay, and here's the risk-taking behavior. Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Since Blue Eyes White Dragon will function exactly the same if I discard... I think Effect Veiler might be my best call there, I don't know. I'm never quite sure what the best call is when I've already done all my summoning for the turn. Yeah, since Blue Eyes White Dragon will be exactly as effective in the graveyard as it is in my hand in that instance, just gotta go ahead and put it out there. Then... Spirit Dragon for the graveyard effect negate. I might have wanted to do that in a slightly different way. Because I was going to use Wishes for Eyes of Blue to turn that into Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, but the downside here is that that would wind up... that would mean that I wouldn't have access to Primite Drill Beam, because I need a normal monster on the field to activate that. So I should probably have just summoned out Tyrant Dragon first. Oh well. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, that is add one Red Dragon Archfiend, or card that mentions it, from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Change all your opponents. All monsters your opponent controls face in defense position. I maybe should have targeted that with Drill Beam, but I feel like there might be a better target if I wait. Like, I feel like I could interrupt at a better time. Honestly, that's one of the skills I really need to learn how to master in order to get better at this game, is learning when to use the interrupts. Okay. Discard, add one more. Like, I don't know if this is really the best point to use Effect Veiler, but I'm going to. Alright, now I get to activate a trap card. So I do get to clear that challenge, yay. Clear the opponent's back row there. I can just summon out another Blue Eyes. Yeah, I can just summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard to just have that ready. And then it all depends on what I draw here. Ash. Eh. Yeah, okay. So my thought process was that if I draw another level 1 tuner, yeah, I'll still do this. So my thought process was that if I drew another level 1 tuner, I could make Twin Burst Dragon, summon the level 1 tuner, and use that to make Ultimate Spirit Dragon, but I can still use Maiden of Light and Mausoleum of Light to do the same thing. Yeah, like, I could make a full-powered fusion. Well, it wouldn't be full-powered, but a strong Primite fusion Primate Nether, but really wouldn't be worth it when instead I can just summon out Blue Eyes again. With 2 copies of Lordly Load on the field. Alright, and GG. Alright. Helios the Fade Demon, hello. Okay, it's another 100 gems. Plus another 40. I'm doing alright, how are you? All fire monsters on the field gain 500, all water monsters lose 400. Those classic effect monsters. Oh, special summon monster from the graveyard. Extra 50 gems. Where does that put me at right now? Okay, 982. So, oh, finish the Typhoon Doom Z deck. I was just looking at those cards while I was going through, you know, the packs. Yeah, while I was going through the pack openings, they do seem very interesting. Okay, I might be able to, with one more duel, get myself over 1,000 gems to get another 10 packs. Maybe, assuming I win, at least. Because I don't have any more daily challenges. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, the Typhoon, the Typhoon deck looked very, it definitely looks very interesting. It's something I'm really interested in checking out. But yeah, but of course, as you see, I'm mostly, I'm building towards the Gouki right now, but I mean, since the packs contain cards from both, I might see what kind of stuff I can build up with the cards I get from that too. Okay, winner up there, that's good. But yeah, and now Mystical Space Typhoon does negate. I haven't really played Gouki much either. I've done like a little bit of like replaying with the cards that existed, like with the cards that had come before, and they're interesting, but they definitely haven't kept up. And like, I'm very interested to see what the newer ones can add. It's certainly nothing close to like. It's certainly nothing close to like meta or anything, but I do think they can be very. I do think they have a possibility of like, you know, being a solid choice. But Gouki are a pro wrestler based are a pro wrestler inspired archetype, and one of their biggest basis is just flooding the field and replacing themselves in the hand. Oh, Raid Raptors. I have heard quite a bit about Raid Raptors. I think I've played against them like once or twice. They're definitely formidable. But I haven't like I don't have a lot of personal experience with it. It's definitely a very, very interesting and very formidable deck. My personal favorite is probably Gladiator Beasts, but I also really enjoy Blue Eyes because, I mean, largely because of nostalgia and because I really like the deck that goes Summon Big Dragon. But Gladiator Beasts are probably my favorite archetype, though. Okay. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Have a problem, throw a 5300 attack Raid Raptor that is unaffected by everything. I think I actually have a saved duel where I went up against a Raid Raptor deck, but I don't... Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think I have a saved, like, replay where I went up against a Raid Raptor deck, but it was definitely more of a, it's definitely more of, like, a learning experience than a I want to show this off to people kind of thing. Oh, Mimighoul. Mimighoul is... Yeah, Mimighoul's pretty interesting, too. They're a lot of fun. Don't do what I think you're about to do. Okay. Because if they were targeting my Blue Eyes White Dragon, it's really funny because I could just activate True Light to negate that, but... Well, not negate it, just to summon it first, but... No, okay. Targeting Jet Dragon was a smart move. Unfortunately, I have these negates. This is interesting. I have no idea how to feel about what I'm looking at, so let's just, see what happens. Metal Reflect Slime? Really? Okay. Oh, alright. That's valid. GG's. Sometimes luck just doesn't play out. Alright. Okay, so that should give me enough. Yeah, alright. Steel Scorpion. We just read at the end phase of your opponent's second turn after that attack. Man. The old school cards. Okay, so that puts me, yeah, above 1,000. So. So I can go ahead and get 10 packs of Drastic Storm and see if this... see what this does. Assault Lich, Typhoon Descendants, Assault Slash, Heal Ogre, Assault Revival. Destroy all monsters you control, and if you do special summon that target, summoning conditions, but its effects are negated. That is... wow, that's a lot of conditionals on that. Okay, let's see. Doom Kaiser Dragon Assault Mode. We need a Typhoon Mandate. Tragic Twin Twined Jewels. Equip only to a monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck with attack higher than the equipped monster, you can target one of them, destroy the targeted monster, destroy the equipped monster. And if you destroy at least one of them, you take damage equal to the combined original attack, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. Oh, wow, it's a sort of ring of destruction alike. Radiant Typhoon Megala. If you have Mystical Space Typhoon in your graveyard, or your opponent controls no special spells and traps, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only spell one per turn. If a Radiant Typhoon quick play spell card or Mystical Space Typhoon is activated, you can special summon one Radiant Typhoon monster from your deck with a different name of the monsters you control. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except wind monsters. That's fun. Well, we got a second copy of Gouki the Tyrant Ogre. Not bad. I don't know if I actually want to have more than one copy of that, but well, I've got it. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have multiple copies in a deck, but of that one. But hey, and if nothing else, it's extra ultra rare fodder for it's extra ultra rare fodder for gems and such. Target 2 wind monsters in your graveyard and one card on the field. Shuffle both those first 2 targets into the deck, and if you do, return the other to the hand. That's another one of that. Alright. Nothing special there. Doom Z7 Alara. This card is normal, special summoned, or destroyed by card effect. If this card is normal or special summoned or destroyed by card effect. Okay. You can set one Doom Z spell trap from your deck. While this card is equipped with an equipped card, you can special summon one Wind Machine Xyz monster from the extra deck with the same rank as this card's level. If you do, attach this card and its equipped card to the monsters as material. Destroy Ogre, face turn, Assault Beast. Assault 0, Psy Reflector, Shiny Gouki Bear Hug, Shiny Gouki Suprex. Alright. And, alright, nothing special there. Rainbow Pack. Let's see what we get here. Yeah. So, teleport, Lich, Doozy Destruction. Jupiter, the Power Patron of Destruction. 3 level 10 monsters. Or, Xyz summon by using one monster you control equipped with 3 or more equipped cards. Transfer its material. Okay. You can equip any number of equipped parts from your graveyard to this card that you can equip to it. Gains 3,000 attack while it has an Xyz monster. That's material. You can touch one material, special summon one Doom Z monster from your graveyard, then you can destroy one card on the field. Okay. That's useful. Gouki finishing move. Piercing damage, which is not bad. Nope. Twin Tempest of Celestial Thunder, Sheena. First time this card would be level 9. First time this card would be destroyed by battle each turn. It is not destroyed. When your opponent activates a card or effect while they control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Monster, return all face-up monsters on the field to the hand. Oh, okay. Bounce back, that's not bad. Spell or trap, return all spell traps on the field to the hand. Ooh, or a giant Trunade. Okay, that's useful. Let's see. Doomsday Change. Destroy one Doomsday card in your hand, deck, or face-up field except Doomsday Change. This card is destroyed by card effect. What includes its own effect? You can add one Doomsday card from your graveyard to your hand. Except Doomsday Change, then you can special summon one Doomsday monster from your hand. Right? And last one in this set. Rainbow Pack. And nope. Radiant Typhoon Eldum. Alright, well, that didn't get me anywhere. Let's see, I definitely have the ability to generate at least one. Yeah, okay. Might only be one. Let's see, so I have the ability to generate one super rare. Also, I can dismantle the extra of this, because I don't need 4 copies. So I might be able to generate 2. I might be able to find some super rares I can destroy to generate some extra copies. Actually, first of all, I also don't need 4 copies of this. Okay. The UR of the Goukis, or just which which UR are you looking to see? Because yeah, the ultra rare for Gouki is Tyrant Ogre. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. The one that bounces things. Oh, yeah, let me just... Order obtained. Nope, that's the wrong way. Order obtained. Let's see, which one was that? Sheena, the twin Tempest of Celestial Thunder. When an opponent activates a card or effect while you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card. And then, depending on which type of effect it was, you then activate an effect. Yeah, you then apply an effect that bounces, yeah, either monsters or spell and trap cards. Which is a pretty cool effect. It is pretty useful. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So let's see. Gouki Dragon Ogre. Synchro. Add one Gouki spell from your deck to your hand. This card sent to the graveyard. Target one Earth monster you control. Your opponent can only target it for attacks. A Gouki monster with less attack than that monster from your graveyard to your hand. Useful. I think Sheik Ogre is probably the one I'm going to aim for, though. If a Gouki monster is added from the deck to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon any number of Gouki monsters with different levels from your hand. But for each one, as long as it remains face up in your monster zone, you cannot special summon except Gouki monsters. During your main phase, you can summon one Gouki fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Which is, like, the only in-archetype way to get to Tyrant Ogre. Although game phase is also important. One level 4 or lower Earth monster from your hand in defense position. Like 3 or higher Gouki monster. Special summon one Dino Wrestler or G-Golem monster. Let's see if I have... Hold on. Well, I'm messing around. Let's see if I have one more SR I can break down. I probably do. No, don't want to dismantle that one. find what cards I can dismantle of the ones that I have multiple copies of, because some of these I like. Not even necessarily that I'm using all of them, but some of these I do just like or want to try and use at some point. Honestly, I could probably get rid of one copy of Jet Ogre. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. Is there a toggle for can dismantle? I don't think there is, but there might be. No. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I'm anywhere. Yeah, I can dismantle a copy of this. I don't think I'm anywhere close to using Magistus or Witchcrafters anytime soon. Let's see if any of my other 3-ofs. Alright. Now then, once again, back to... So yeah, you make... Generate a copy of Gouki Chic Ogre and a copy of Gouki Game Face. Which leaves... I can modify that to back down to 3. Which only leaves Gouki... Which only leaves Gouki Dragon Ogre. Do I not have that on my list? I think I don't have that on my list right now. How did I miss that? Oops. Alright, ignore this for a second, because I gotta add that. Okay. Yep. Yep. Stupid. Alright. Now, have I forgot to have that on my list? Okay, so that's the only one I don't have now. At least one of. And this is just for a 3-strike success. Okay, let's use the 100 gems I got remaining to get one more pack of Drastic Storm and hope for the most insane luck I've ever gotten. And not looking likely, given that it's not shining or anything. Yeah, alright. Then I got a shiny Twisted Cobra out of it. Alright, didn't expect anything to go on there. Well, let me just take a second to analyze some stuff. Special summon 1 level 4 lower earth monster. So yeah, okay, cards that I definitely will want to have. Gouki Rematch and Gouki Game Face. 3 copies of Machine Suprex, and also 3 copies of Suprex. And also 3 copies of Tag Partner. All of those are important. Definitely want at least 1 copy of Power Load Ogre, and at least 2 copies of Jet Ogre will be necessary. And let's see, and then this does allow for Dino Wrestler and first of all, the G Golem. Might not want 2 of those, but I'll see. Are any of the Dino Wrestler extra deck monsters actually worth anything? I'll definitely add Anchortops. Good sec. And then click piercing battle damage. Opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attack except this one. This card destroys a monster by battle against 500 attack. If this card is destroyed by card effect, I'll tentatively have that in there, and then I might remove it. None of the other Dino Wrestler cards really do anything of value for the remainder. Then 3 copies of Cage Match. Put in 2 copies of those for right now, and then can kind of mess with those. Yeah, right now I'm just sort of messing around and adding, just adding random stuff to get it to a deck, and then to get it to the right size for a deck, and then I will do some closer analysis once everything's in place. 1 copy of Moonsault, it's okay. Oh my gosh, why can I not think of what that card is called? Enforcements. Did I misspell that? No, I know I was just thinking of the wrong card. Oh my gosh, why can I not think of what it's called? The one that just lets you search out a warrior from... Here it is. No, it is Reinforcements of the Army. Reinforcement of the Army. Singular. Okay. I mean, that one, just because gets me a free... Yeah, like that one's good, just because it gets me a free warrior monster at any given point. Oh yeah, and then I should probably add some of the important... Right, filters. I should probably add some of the important hand traps. And here we show that... Okay. I was going to say, and here we show that I don't necessarily know how to spell. Right. Forgot. Forgot to recheck my extra deck. Which of these matters? Like, yeah, which of these can I pitch? Hello there. Hello there, welcome in. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. It's returning target monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Artie. Okay, Artie. Hello, welcome in. I don't honestly know if either of those are actually worth. That's something like. Yeah, what hell do I put my hands on the right place on the keyboard? Gouki Dino. Favorite 3 archetypes? 3 archetypes is a little tough. I can, because I can immediately say my top 2 are Gladiator Beast and Blue Eyes. My third one, I might have to say Dragon Maid. Like looking at what's going on here, like looking at the decks that I've made and also ones I've played in the past, like I don't know, Dragon Maid's a lot of fun, although I have been enjoying the Millennium archetype a lot, but yeah, actually no, I'm gonna say my top 3 are gonna be Gladiator Beast, Blue Eyes, and the like Millennium Exodia archetype are probably my top 3 favorites. Though of course I'm working on Gladiator Beasts to see if I can make them, I don't know, to see what I can make of that. Wasn't around for when they were at their peak, but I'm intrigued by what I can do with them. Kind of obscure? Okay. I'm not like yeah, I only restarted playing last year after stopping playing in like 2010, so it very high chances I won't know, but you know, what are your 3 favorites? I'm always happy to just hear about different archetypes. And I especially love hearing obscure ones that people enjoy. Because I mean, I'm well aware that Blue Eyes is like one of the most basic archetypes you can run. This is weird for going second hand. Zodiacs, okay. Ooh, okay, Wicked Gods, is that the Sacred Beast archetype? And then, like, yeah, Gate Guardian and either Relinquished or Relinquished slash Thousand Eyes or Barrel Dragon. Okay, those are all, like, pretty interesting. Yeah, I haven't actually... Oh, what is this combination? I haven't actually looked at, like, what the Gate Guardian archetype does. Yeah, I was thinking of Sacred Beast. Wicked Gods is Wicked Gods is something else. Yeah, okay, but I'm not familiar with that one. Why do they do that in that order? Then I'm probably not familiar with Wicked Gods. I do know about Gate Guardian. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know very much about like what they. Yeah, about what their support does. And that's nice. Relinquished. I kind of know a bit about them. Okay, that was an intentional thing. Got it. Oh, okay. I think I have heard about the Wicked Gods. I don't know like anything about them. Introduced in... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't... Okay, then I don't... I have heard about them, but I don't really know anything about them. That's... Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. When the control of this face-up card on the field shifts your opponent, increase your life points by 3,000. This effect can only be used once as long as this card remains face-up on the field. Oh, these are... I love those just goofy old cards like that. They're just so absurd. Okay, yeah, failsafes against the Egyptian gods. All right. Yeah, I think I do remember. Oh my gosh, yeah, I do remember seeing something about them, but I don't. Yeah, but I don't really know much. 19. Right. Yeah, I remember seeing something about them, but I don't really know too much about that archetype. All right. Yeah, no, that's pretty interesting. I love hearing about like obscure and weird archetypes. And that one does sound really really fun. Wicked Dreadroot, Wicked Eraser, and Wicked Avatar. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely heard of them. And that sounds conceptually really cool. Opposite of their corresponding opposite. Huh. Okay. That's fun. Raid Raptors, maybe a little... Ooh, and Marincess. Alright. Okay. I remember one of the things coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh was learning that they actually did make versions of the Egyptian god cards that were legal to play. I was a little disappointed that they turned out to be like really bad. I mean, they've got a lot of support that made them okay now, but I was really disappointed that they turned out really bad. But I was surprised that they had made ones that were like actually legal. Of course, part of the problem was that they didn't. Of course, they couldn't have like all the effects from the anime, but the fact that they didn't even get like close for some of them was a little disappointing. Like the fact that Ra doesn't even have its central gimmick of having the combined attack and defense of everything you tribute to summon it, until it later got a support card for that. Oh, T-set pass. Alright. Getting nostalgic here. Ooh. Do I? No. I was gonna say, do I take the risk of putting Kaiba Man first then? But no. Yeah, I'll definitely look into those. Yeah, I'll definitely look into those because they sound interesting. It's like, yeah, again, it's like at the back of my brain because I definitely remember a video where someone talked about that archetype a little bit ago. And like, yeah, their effects were pretty interesting. But yeah, it's not quite. But I just can't quite remember everything. Have I watched JJK? No, it is on my list, but like I have not watched very much anime. No. I have not watched very much anime lately, but yeah, JJK is definitely on my list. Oh, right. Ads. Give that about. That, like 10 more seconds, they should be back. I have no idea what possibly. Okay, you should be back now, but I was saying I haven't watched JJK. I have a whole list of anime that I need to catch up on, and that is up there. But yeah, haven't. But yeah, just. Oh, okay. Let's see, I can do this. Oh, interesting. Oh, that gives me a new dilemma. Field spells are basically domain expansion. Okay, I do know that term. I can see that. Alright, well, this is gonna be interesting, because that was White Stone of the Ancients. Or Legend? I can never remember which one's which. Which, if I didn't activate Primite Lordly Load, I could have summoned Spirit Dragon and prevented that. But if I didn't activate Lordly Load, I wouldn't have Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field, which means that I wouldn't have Drill Beam active. Ugh. Ooh. Okay. And so, which of them? Yeah, okay. That sucks. But that is probably the right choice, objectively. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's, it's all an opinion stuff. Like, it's all opinion. 2 copies of Dragon Spirit of White. Interesting. But yeah, I do remember seeing the art for, now that you've, like, mentioned them, I do remember seeing the art for those, and they were, like, yeah, really cool. Okay. Oh, and their effects versus the Egyptian gods. Yeah, that one's... I'm just gonna do... Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, no, of course. I might look those up after. Might look those up after this duel, so I can look at them. Because yeah, like I keep saying, it rings a bell, and I just can't quite put it together. Oh, It's weird drawing my other copy of Lordly Load right now. Could use Master with Eyes of Blue. No, because I'm gonna activate Azure Eyes effect. I was gonna say I could use Master with Eyes of Blue to just get Kaiba Man back into my hand, but there's not really a reason to do that. If I can summon out a Blue Eyes, another Blue Eyes, because I mean, then I just wink. Toss it for Jet Dragon. Valid. GG's. Okay. Yeah, let me, just open this. Look that up. Let's see. Give avatar. Yep. Let's see. Must be normal summon set by triggering 3 monsters. Alright, your opponent cannot activate spell trap cards until the end of their second turn after this effect's activation. Oh, right, yeah, and this card's attack and defense are equal to the highest attack on the field plus 100. Okay, yeah, I remember someone talking about that card. That is pretty interesting. Divine Evolution. Ooh, where's that? Representing Evan's Sun / Eclipse too. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated. Choose one monster you control whose original type is Divine Beast, or its original name. Except a monster already affected by Divine Evolution, it gains 1000 attack and defense. Its activated effects cannot be negated. Also, it gains the following effect. When this card declares an attack, you can make your opponent send one monster they control to the graveyard. Okay, yeah, no, that's a pretty good support. And then, let's see, what's the other ones? Wicked Eraser, Wicked... Oh, I guess I can... I think this will grab like 1 or 2... No, more than that. I'll grab a couple extra cards, but some of these might actually be part of that. I don't know. Wicked Eraser. One issue, despite being hard to summon. Oh yeah. Well, it's only a normal summon, but it also can't be special summoned. Although I guess there might be cards that can ignore summoning. I guess there are cards that ignore summoning conditions, so you could special summon it other ways. But yeah, it is only on normal summon. That is a pretty big issue. Yes. This card's attack and defense are equal to the number of cards your opponent controls times 1000. During your main phase, you can destroy this card. This card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Destroy all cards on the field. So you can just sort of... Yeah, empty the... Yeah, so just kind of emptying the field there. Just sort of having a... Well, it's not even a black hole effect because it's all cards on the field. That's interesting. Cannot be... Yeah. The attack and defense of all other monsters on the field are halved. Okay. Yeah, so the fact that all of those have... I guess this one doesn't say that. Yeah, it doesn't say it has to be... Yeah, I guess that is the only one that says it has to be... has on normal summon. I guess that is the only one that has the caveat of on normal summon. Although, I mean... Yeah, although the other two do still have the cannot be normal summon set clause, but I guess there are cards that ignore that. I wasn't sure if that was actually related or not. Hmm. That is intriguing. Yeah, no, those are definitely fun effects. It's a lot of work to get any of them to... Yeah, it depends on how many cards your opponent controls, which is a very interesting approach. It's definitely a lot of work to get them onto the field, but they're all... But yeah, they all do have some very strong effects. And like... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Dreadroot halves everything else instead of strengthening itself. And I mean, hey, a 4,000 beater that halves the attack and defense of everything else on the field is not bad. And yeah, their spell card definitely does a lot to help them out too. Oh, this is a terrible going first hand. The risk of legacy archetypes. That is true. Dreadroot is just a blanket effect, whereas Obelisk, yeah, requires this. True. Yeah, once again, I say this every time I play this deck. It's the risk of legacy archetypes. You just... Okay, Droll is fine. I wasn't going to be drawing anything else this turn anyway. But yeah, it's just having to have 3 high-level normal monsters in the deck does mean that you might just open a hand that includes a useless high-level normal monster, or 3. Oh, almost platinum. That's really cool. I've never gotten very high on the ladder, and I can't imagine I will at any point, but... I mean, I'm just... Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more duels because I need to grind for the Pankratops mate, but I'm not, like, hyper competitive, and so I expect that on higher rankings I might start to run into some issues. What's with the other... Oh yeah, I guess all... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely do fit well as rivals to the Egyptian gods. Did you mention what? Oh yeah, the art. Oh yeah, the art on all of them is really cool. Hmm. Oh yeah. Like the Egyptian gods have powers that can affect people and their users. Yeah. Ooh, this does put me at risk because then I can't activate Ash Blossom either for the next turn, but I think that's worth. Because getting Jet Dragon out here. Oh, they can possess people and resurrect the dead. Okay, yeah. They're... Friggin' lore. Yeah, the lore behind some of these cards goes so crazy. Yeah, that sounds like a thing they would do. Yeah, no, I would assume they had some kind of power given that they are made to be counters to the Egyptian god cards. This could end poorly for me. And because I activated Called By, I can't use my Ash Blossom to stop that. Wait, doesn't... I have no idea how this is going to play out. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Azure Eyes effect would activate first. Okay. Probably have stone tablets like the Egyptian gods. I bet, yeah. Yeah, since the Sacred Beast did. Ooh, alright. Oh, that's... Oh, that's crazy that you just pulled that move. Although it might have been smarter to... Oh, wait. Okay, yep. Because then... Yep, because now I can't activate Jet Dragon either because I don't have a Blue Eyes in the graveyard. Oh, that was a clever play. Yeah, no, it does make sense that they would have... It does make sense that they would have, like, some kind of stone tablets. I mean, unless there's, like, some kind of story-wise explanation that they were, like, specifically created by people. I think there were some cards that did have, like, that kind of backstory where, like, they were specifically, like, made by people with some kind of specific goal in mind, but yeah, unless they had something like that, it would make logical sense that they, yeah, that they would have a stone tablet somewhere. No, not the Egyptian gods. I actually can't remember. I just feel like I remember there being a backstory to certain cards that, like, they were made by, that, like, they were specifically made by humans for some reason, but I don't know, maybe I'm mixing, yeah, maybe I am mixing it up with something else. Yes, I mean, I think there was, like, one random episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX where someone had specifically made something to control the Winged Dragon of Ra, but that might be what I'm thinking of, I don't know. Is that at least getting into 500 yet? Or am I still... Nope, still short of that. Mound of the Bound Creator, yep. Huh? Yep, that is what I'm thinking of. Ooh, treasure box. Nice. I think the next... Yeah, the next rank is a couple more super rare gems, so I think I'll go for at least one more duel. But I don't know. I could have sworn that there were other cards that had that kind of backstory, but I might... But yeah, I might just be mixing it up with something, but I might just be thinking of something completely different. Yeah, no, like... yeah. Give this thing, I think this is... best for going second, but I can work with this, depending on what my opponent sets up, I guess. But yeah, you saying you like raid raptors because they're just big mechanical birds of warfare. I've said this before, like that's probably one of my favorite things about Yu-Gi-Oh is just how there's no like thematic consistency. Uh, everything is just sort of everything just sort of is. I mean, you know, like like here I'm working towards the Gouki cards who are just professional wrestlers. Like who are also ogres or like animal people. You know, right now I'm running Blue Eyes, who are classic fantasy dragons. I've got I enjoy gladiator beasts that are just again monster people. Dragon maids are hilarious. But yeah, I do love how the archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh are just so diverse and weird. Oh yeah, it's definitely some aura farming artwork going on there. Okay. Monsters can only target ritual monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target light monsters you control with card effects. Okay. Well, I think my best bet is to discard Blue Eyes for that effect and hope things work out right. What else do I have in my hand? Yes. Okay. Yes. Of the Wicked Gods, I mean, I'd have to look at them a bit more. But offhand, Wicked Dreadroot was probably my favorites. I'd have to like look at the art a little bit more. Of the Egyptian gods, Winged Dragon of Ra was always my favorite. Opponent activates a card or effect while you control. You can negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Alright, got it. Almighty Golden Chicken. Yeah, Winged Dragon of Ra was always my favorite. I had a, back before they made actual legal versions of the God cards, I did have one of the, like, promotional versions of Winged Dragon of Ra that they had made. I don't know exactly why it's referred to as a chicken. I'm sure that there's some kind of history to that. I'm sure there's some kind of like mimetic history to that, but I don't know exactly what it is. Okay, negate the activation, and if you do destroy that card, which is cool because then that will let me activate Jet Dragon. Though does wait, that already counted as yes. Okay. Okay, so what do I do here? Well, I can do this. I don't know if it does anything worthwhile for me. Obelisk, yeah, no, Obelisk definitely is... It definitely does, like, stand out more, because Ra and Slifer are sort of big dragons, whereas Obelisk is, like... Yeah, because, like, Ra and Slifer are... No, I do want to do that. Ra and Slifer are, like, two big dragons, whereas Obelisk is, yeah, like, something else. I don't know exactly what he's supposed to be, but he's just like a big dude. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, a giant stone gargoyle. That, yeah, makes sense. Alright. Well. I could summon Blue Eyes back to the field, but that doesn't really do anything worthwhile for me now, does it? Wait. I'm sure there's a reason I wasn't able to special summon Jet Dragon that I'm just not seeing. Oh, wait, yeah, okay. I had summoned Jet Dragon when they destroyed, yeah. Okay. I had summoned Jet Dragon when they destroyed my, Dragon's, Spirit with Eyes of Blue. That's why I couldn't bring it out after, after True Light was destroyed. It's another one of those, like, really tough. I need to see when to activate the interrupt, and I don't know when that is. Also, they're probably going to negate... Huh. Never mind, it's much easier to see that this way. Because they're probably going to negate that, but that destroys the card, which allows me to summon out Jet Dragon. Or it doesn't. Huh. I just realized I probably don't want to do this. But I did it, so... I'm right back to exactly where I was last turn, huh? I might be able to get my way out of this. That just all depends on what the hell happens here. Target cards your opponent controls up to the... Oh, okay. Well... Did that... Okay, that did not actually... Yeah, that didn't negate its effect, though. Keep going. Yeah, they'd have to be really careful with giving the Wicked Gods any kind of support because, yeah, like, because Wicked Avatar's effect is really, really strong if you make it any easier to summon out. Yeah, I was gonna say, that doesn't destroy the card, though, because I have Jet Dragon on the field. I mean, it would depend on the support, but yeah, it probably wouldn't be ban-worthy unless it got, like, some really crazy broken support. Let's get real weird with it and hope I'm not overlooking something obvious. Did I? Yep. I am, in fact, overlooking something obvious. Or, wait, no. They're still deciding on an effect. Okay. I think... No, Ultimate Creature Destruction is a better... What? Target. Contributing monster, and if you do, cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, then I can do this. Get Blue Eyes back on the field, and I can use that to summon out Jet Dragon. I think Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragon might also be able to let me recover at the very least, Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Alright. But let's see what the hell I'm about to come up against now. I think about it, I probably should have put Hope Armature Dragon on the field. Oops. Because being able to eat a spell card right now would have been really useful. I mean, yeah, of course, like, the main reason no one plays it right now is because, yeah, like, the cost to get to its effect is way too high. Yeah, because having to tribute 3 monsters is a really high cost. Yeah, that's true. Also can be easily interrupted. So it depends on what they do next as to... There's things I could do here, but that all depends on what direction they go about it. I'd have to look at the wording on its effect as to whether, whether or not it seems like likely you can activate cards that were already face up. It'll depend on the wording on its effect. I'm not sure. Okay, what direction do they go with this? Alright, well I can't do anything there. Because I can't use... I don't summon Fulos. I assume they're gonna use that for a link play or something, but... Huh. that. Okay. I mean, that just negates the effect, but it doesn't destroy the card because Jet Dragon prevents that. Okay. Hold on. I can work with this. Oh yeah, right. Can't destroy. Target cards. What? Oh, no. Okay. Weird. No. Okay, I can use this. Is it ideal? No. But it'll at least work. Shoot. Okay. That didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. But it gave me something. No, because I don't want them to be able to negate another. Could have tried to summon a Hope Harbinger Dragon, but then it would have just negated that effect and banished it. Place them in attack mode. Yes. Do not want them to negate that effect. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay. Well, guess it's all running on this draw. That's... nope. That ain't getting me nowhere. Although I can... though I can try and... just get that destroyed to get Jet Dragon on the field again. Still pretty limp. Oh! No, because they can just negate that, yeah. Yep, alright. Yeah, not really anything I can do about that. Alright, GG's. That was a heck of a back and forth. I mean, I was on the back foot the whole time, but I don't know, looked like I was recovering a couple times. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with yapping. Just kind of, I was just kind of really focused on what was going on there for a bit. Activate the effective card in the graveyard. Okay. So that put me at 527. Okay. 500 is a good point, but I don't want to end on a loss. So let's try for another one. I don't know. And then I'll probably do a couple more, grab a couple more packs. Yeah, then I'll probably I'll probably grab a couple more packs and, if nothing else, just generate the remaining one. Yeah, the Gate Guardian archetype, like I said, I haven't actually looked in depth at what the cards do, but I think it's, but I've seen some of the stuff and it is really cool. Especially because, you know, yeah, like, especially just because of the concept, you know, Gate Guardian. Like, yeah, especially because of the initial concept when Gate Guardian was introduced, and, like, the possibilities to involve, like, the possibilities for, like, what they can do with it and stuff, especially after things like XCs were introduced, or just, like, the unique fusion types. Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was kind of Contact Fusion before it existed. But yeah, I think I remember that detail about each of them being, like, referred to as gods. I think I remember that from the manga. Oop. Hello, Midas. What you doing? They were very memorable characters. Right. Okay. Yeah, you got something to say to the people. Didn't mean to skip that animation, but okay. So I'm okay with that, I think. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Okay. I don't like that, but I can work with it. Okay. Oh, shoot. Well. But I can at least get a Blue Eyes into the graveyard, can't I? Maybe. I'm not really sure I have a way out of this. Yeah, I don't think there's a way I get out of this one. That's... yep. Okay, GG's on that. Oh, almost summon a monster 300 times. Right. Let's see, how many... super rare, okay. Alright, let's... yeah, try getting 5 more of these packs and then see. Only one I'm still looking for is Gouki Dragon Ogre. Ah, Sheena, Twin Tempest of Celestial Thunder. That's my 3rd copy I've gotten of that. Huh. Doom Z5. Amalfi? This card is normal if special summoned or destroyed by card effect. You can add 1 Doom Z monster from your deck to your hand except Doom Z5. Well, this card is equipped with an equipped card. You can special summon 1 Wind Machine XZ monster from your extra deck with the same rank as this card's level. If you do, attach this card and it's equipped to its monsters to that monster's material. That Doom Z does look interesting. Nightwing Sorceress. Oh. Let's see. Not there. Alright, last pack, and then I probably just find it. Huh? It's glowing. And then I probably just try and find a super rare I can disassemble. Yeah, nothing special there. Okay. Alright, so... yeah, we're just gonna take the cheap way out here. So let's see. What? Oh, okay. That was... I got confused there. Alright. Bunch that I can't dismantle, and ones that I don't want to. I don't know, I kind of want to try and make like the UAFA cards happen at some point. Let's see. Jeez. Yeah, I can dismantle a copy of Abyss King Gilgamesh, since I've got 3 of them. No. This will allow me just generate a copy of Gouki Dragon Ogre. I don't even know if I necessarily... I'll put that right now. Yeah, I'll definitely have to be doing some testing for this off stream. Also setting up the deck. We'll have to see what kind of event to do a new selection pack. Ooh, Master of Magnet Warriors. That's fun. Okay. Alright, so with that, I should have at least one copy of all of the, at least one copy of all of the Gouki cards. Don't think I'm in the best condition to be testing them, though. I'll have to do some of that off stream, putting together a deck for that and doing some solo mode stuff. Yeah, I'm getting kind of low energy, and those last two games really took it out of me because that was a lot that happened. Okay, yeah, I think this is probably where I'm going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for talking. This has been a lovely stream. I have been Nyte Lyfe, your resident revenant VTuber, reborn again. Be safe, be well as you retreat into the night, and as always, till we meet again.